While all the other morning shows, hell, all the other shows, period, out there are out there talking about Jalen Hurts and is there a beef with Nick Sirianni or is Jeffrey Lurie regretting his contract he gave Jalen Hurts? I'm here to tell you that we don't have to talk about that. We don't have to have a negative narrative every single morning about Jalen Hurts and our Eagles. I'm here to talk about anything you want to. The Phillies, red hot, tough stretch of games. The Sixers, if you want. Other Eagles topics. We could talk about Buster Olney's Twitter account being hacked yesterday. We could talk whatever you want. We could talk the Eagles and Jalen Hurts if you really, truly want to. But I'm here to tell you that is not the way morning shows have to be or any shows have to be. Trend in the AM on Edge of Philly Sports Live with any of your thoughts and opinions on anything. We're live in 60 seconds. And a very good morning, everybody, and welcome all to Trending in the AM right here on Edge of Philly Sports. We are live, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. You know the drill. Wherever you are watching, smash that like button, that subscribe button, that share button, whatever buttons you see on the screen, hit those buttons and share this show out as we've got lots to talk about. We have lots to talk about today, as always, as we do every single morning, right here on Training the AM. So do me those things. Hit those like, share, subscribe buttons, follow buttons. I'd greatly appreciate it. I'm your host every single morning here, Phil Stiefel. You can find me on any and all social media platforms at Beard and Knowledge. I'd appreciate that as well, guys. Good morning, BLSG. I don't know what those letters stand for, but good morning to you. All right. I'm here for a special reason. We're starting this day out with a special narrative. I'm having trouble finding my show actually on Facebook right now. All the other channels, what are they talking about today? All the other morning shows going on right now, and everybody's complaining about every morning show. But they're all listening. I'm here to tell you, you do not have to settle for the other channels. You do not have to settle to more Jalen Hurts versus Nick Sirianni versus Jeffrey Lurie beefs. Doesn't have to happen. It's not necessary. You don't have to settle. We don't have to have a negative narrative here on Trading the AM. If you want to talk the Eagles, we certainly can talk Eagles. Hell, I'd love to talk the Eagles. But we don't have to continuously have that negative narrative at all. We don't have to. We can be positive. We could talk Phillies. There's other things going on in this city. We could talk the Phillies who are about to start 6 very difficult games. We could talk about Hassan Reddick not showing up for the Jets, which just is another tip in the cap of Howie Roseman. We can talk about Buster Olney's Twitter account getting hacked and how hilarious that is. We could talk so many different topics in sports, but everybody just wants to talk about creating drama about Jalen Hurts. And it's annoying. It's nauseating. It is what it is. If you didn't know, those letters stand for parts of my name. I got you. So you're trying to go incognito. Gotcha. Gotcha. It's all good. We're all nows. I've just never seen your name in the comments yet, so don't know. We can talk Scotty Scheffler. We can. The fact that Scotty Scheffler, with 3 months left of the golf season, K1, has already set the record that he broke of his own for the most money made on tour. That guy's insane. It is Father's Day weekend, which means it's U.S. Open weekend. I don't think too many people on this show want to talk golf, K1. That's what Fairway to Heaven tonight at 6 o'clock is for. That is what that's for. For some reason, I'm having trouble finding this show on Facebook to share it out. I don't know why I can't see it. Finally showing up. No, that still doesn't show up there. I click that. There I am. All right. I don't know if I can share it out like I want, but we'll share it out later. There. At least I see that we're actually live on Facebook. That's a positive. Good morning, Eric. What is up? Anybody else like me tired of the lazy narrative? Tired. But that's all everybody else wants to talk about. All the other channels are talking about. More and more and more and more Jalen Hurts bad negative narratives. I titled this show on Kelly Green Eagles news. You had Darius Slay going out on his podcast and saying on a podcast that there was going to be no more Kelly Green. And for a half a second, I got super, super excited about that. Super excited. Because y'all know, the regulars know I'm not a Kelly Green fan. And then instantly, within minutes, somebody put out a report that that's obviously fake news and that Kelly Green will be worn again this year. What did I tell you last year? Kelly Green has negative connotations. Last year ended negatively. The first year that Kelly Green was brought back. Coincidence? I think not. We need Eric to construct new narratives. We all need, what we need to do is stop allowing these people to have these negative narratives, okay? That's the problem. Get rid of the negative narrative. You know how you do that? You do that by not listening to them anymore. We could bring in a different level of conversation. This Phillies team is the best team in baseball right now. And they have 2 straight super difficult series starting tonight with the Boston Red Sox, followed up this weekend with the Baltimore Orioles. God, the Oilers in the Stanley Cup, the Orioles playing baseball. It's a tough thing for me to figure out. It's just not good for me. We could talk about that. We could talk about what is your expectations for this Phillies team over the next 6 games. Is 3-3 not setting the bar high enough for the Phillies? Is 3-3 a letdown? You're coming off London. You get 1 day off after London and go right back on the road for 6 more games. Kind of, I don't want to use the word bogus, but kind of a shame how the schedule writers wrote this for the Phillies. We can construct a narrative around Phil's speech. What? Do I have a speech impediment now? That's not something we make fun of around here if I did have one. I have a pronunciation impediment. That's about it. Phil, the Red Sox suck, especially tonight's starting pitcher. And I knew someone was going to say that, Barbara. They're 500 team. Tonight's pitcher, I had it up. Hold on. I had everything up. Yeah. Crawford. Cutter Crawford. He's got a 3.51 ERA, 71 strikeouts on the season. But if you look at his game log, Barbara, it wasn't very pretty. But earlier in this year, he was very good. Very good earlier in the season. It's just he's had north of 5 over. He's given up, what was it, 4 and 11, 15, 16 runs in his last 3 outings. That's why he's not very good. And you got Zach Wheeler on the mound. But then after tonight, we go up against 2 very good pitchers. One, our old friend Nick Pivetta, later in this series. The next 2 pitchers have whips of under 1, which this far into the season is very tough to do. We're going up against pitchers that don't walk a lot of hitters, that strike a lot of guys out, that are good. Not great, but good pitchers. You're also coming off, Barbara, a trip to London where, you know, you did all the fanfare, the pomp and circumstance, all the media appearances, the bar appearances. And then you come home for one day to get over jet lag, and you're right to Boston. They probably flew right to Boston. I don't know if they did or not. They probably flew right to Boston. And that would have been the right thing to do, and get over your jet lag in a hotel in Boston. Not easy for the Phillies in this spot. Are the Phillies better than the Red Sox? Absolutely, Barbara, in a bigger vacuum. But in this little moment, it's a very difficult, series. And then Baltimore being one of the 5 best teams in baseball after the Phillies, is not much better to follow it up with. Our media must have gotten their degrees from reporting schools for dummies. It started off dumb banter with Greg Popovich and spread. Yeah, look, we 10 minutes. I'm not sitting here asking you guys if we should be considering cutting Jalen Hurts or something like that. You got people talking about the Jalen Hurts Nick Sirianni beef that doesn't exist, and they're doubling down yesterday with Jeffrey Lurie. He's disappointed that he gave him a big contract and there's so much better stuff to talk about. Mitchie Poo, Team Deebs is going down. Just so you know, the final voting for the Team Beard of Knowledge, me, I beat David in the early voting. Deebs beat Ryan Reese in the early voting. Me versus Deebs for the championship of best fictional TV and movie football team of all time. It's going down to the wire. It's neck and neck. Y'all better go to my Twitter page and vote for me, or your comments get banned. I need screenshot proof that you voted for me, Twitter or on YouTube. Yeah. What's up, Deebs? What's the most underrated pizza topping, and why is it mushrooms? Mushrooms aren't awful. I think the easier question is what's the most overrated pizza topping, and that's pepperoni. Pepperoni is just greasy. I'm not a pepperoni guy. I can't say that one single banana peppers are a great addition to a pizza. Not a lot of people get them. I like bacon on a pizza. You should put bacon on every pizza. Bacon and mushrooms with some banana peppers. There's a combo for you, Thebes, next time you order pizza. Phillies have played 10 more home games than road games. Yeah, that's great. That helped early in the season. They've also played a lot of easier teams. That's fine. I get it. We did beat the Brewers in that series. That was great. But the thing is, having 6 road games right after a trip to London, it just seems a little meh. Maybe they should have given them 2 days off like they did before the series. Maybe. I don't know. What's up, Judd? How you doing this morning? Good to see you. Mitchie Poo. Good morning, Steve. How you doing? I think 3-3 is okay. 4-2 would be amazing. Can't believe Major League Baseball gave them road games after London. Yeah. And not just road games. Tough road games. Not just road games right after. A 1-day break after the trip to London doesn't seem good. I could see this Phillies team coming out a little dull to start. What's up, Reality Check in the house? How you doing? Everyone's favorite mom. I like the oh my God. What the heck is going on here? It's far too early right now. Way too early for some of these comments. We could always talk about Matvei Michkov. It's still orange. The banners on the screen, K1, are still orange because we are still on the Michkov watch. Just so you know. I saw Talking Flyers. Bernie Perrant shared out on Twitter yesterday a graphic from, I don't know where he got the graphic, of all the Stanley Cup champions over the last 50 years. And it's been so damn long since the Flyers have won a Stanley Cup. The only sports team in Philly did not win a championship in my lifetime. It's time the Flyers get on board. Get Michkov over here. Let's get our name. Let's get a Stanley Cup banner. Email confirmation. What? Banana peppers always. I put banana peppers on pizza, on my cheesesteaks, on my hoagies, banana peppers, period. I went to a restaurant once in North Carolina. They had deep fried banana peppers appetizers. Fantastic. I love banana peppers. I love banana peppers and bacon together. Funny enough. Hey, look, they're great. Pineapple, yes. I'm not a pineapple fan, period, K1. I don't eat it as a fruit, let alone on a pizza. I do sell a lot of pineapple pizzas, a lot of Hawaiian pizzas. That's just the nature of my business in the town that I live in. Bro, I don't care who my quarterback, wide receiver, halfback, or D is. Names don't matter. I want to win. I root for the name on the front. Even though I love Hurts, he isn't the answer. No! No! Stop! Jalen Hurts is perfectly fine as the quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles. He might not be one of the two best quarterbacks like we originally thought, but he is still damn better than 95% of the quarterbacks in the NFL that are starting. But the real point is there is no beef between him and Nick Sirianni. People are mistaking a quote to create a narrative, to create content. And it's not the case. Wow. Cry me a river, 4-2. 4-2 is your expectations, Freddie? Or 4-2 is the bare minimum that needs to happen? Because 4-2 would be amazing. I just don't think it's a realistic ask. I think they lose one of the two games against the Red Sox, and we'll see come Baltimore. I haven't dove into who's starting for Baltimore in that series yet. I know Taijuan Walker's starting in that series. So 4-2 is the max I could say. 3-3 I think is realistic. I could do that. Source close to the Eagles tells me Nick is dividing the locker room with your mama jokes. Several players have requested to be cut or traded. Yeah, yo mama. I wonder what kind of yo mama jokes Nick Sirianni would go for. And that's not just for Hurts. That's any player. I get it. I get you. I believe in that you cheer for the logo and the team name, not the name on the back. I agree with that. I do. But to say that Jalen Hurts isn't it? You really want to go back to square one and start all over again? K1, my girl put me on the pineapple. I'm not mad at a couple pieces of pineapple. Nah. High five. Yeah, we're all high fiving today. Couple pieces, maybe, but the whole pie is a crime. Yeah. Dude, I got one customer. It's double pineapple on every pizza. Like, what? Where can I get a quality? I don't even know what that word is. Birria pizza. They seem to be trending. I have no idea what that is, Deeps. Literally, I own a pizza shop, and I have no clue in the world what that means. Explain. Is Michkov a direct descent? Is a direct descent of Mitch? I think you missed descent. Yeah, no. I'm allergic to pineapple. Yeah, most people say they're allergic to stuff. They're not. They're just trying to scare you to not put it on there. Now there's a narrative I could get behind. Yeah, you read that wrong. I must have read what you said. Hold on, let me go back to his comment. All right, hold on. I want to win. I root for the name on the back, even though I love Hurts. If he isn't the answer, gotcha. I'm sorry, reality check. I read he isn't the answer. I missed the word if there. That's why words matter in life. Words matter. I apologize, reality check, if he isn't. And in this case, he still is, in my opinion. And I'm not ready to move on. But in 2 to 3 years, if he's not, then yeah, you move on. I apologize for misquoting reality check there. My apologies. Jalen Carter is the banana peppers of the Eagles. It just slaps different, right? Yeah. I got you. Green peppers, onions, and sausage are yummy. Absolutely. And Barb, if you want to mix it up, take the sausage off and put meatballs with green peppers and onions on your pizza. You don't got to get the pepperoni pizza, people. There are great pizza combinations out there. And James Bradbury's the pineapple of the... Now, James Bradbury's the anchovies on the pizza or the black olives, because that's even worse. I said if he isn't... Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you. I apologize. Slay is black olives. Love or hate him, but you have a strong opinion. We're comparing Eagles players to pizza topping. That is the question. You don't have to listen to the other shows that are doing the same tired narrative. This narrative, this show is comparing Eagles players to the pizza toppings that represent them. In fact, that'll be a post-show tweet. Eagles pizza toppings. That's why I write notes down. That's where I get my great tweets from. This show. 2-4, and we are still fine. Whole season can't be a cupcake. Oh, I get it. I get it. I just think if you're going to run a special type of thing like the London series, you got to give both teams. And I'm sure if I was a Mets fan, I'd be complaining if wherever they're playing. You got to give the teams involved in that a little buffer. The exhaustion will be there, Fred. They're already tired. Their offensive bats are already struggling to an extent. Not as bad as people claim, but they are. And I get there's going to be down moments. And like Luke Arcani from Fox the Gambler said weeks ago on this show, there are going to be 5-game losing streaks at some point. Pitchers are going to struggle. Zach Wheeler is going to lose 2 in a row. Let's just hope not right now. There are going to be down moments. I get that. My fear is more just, I don't have a fear. I'm more concerned with how the schedule makers put it together. That's all. Kenny G is anchovies, the connoisseur top. Oh, I see people talking because everybody does 53-man roster prediction articles for all the big websites. Every week there's a new 53-man roster, sometimes 2 or 3 a week from the same website. We are going to do one actually pretty soon. Before training camp happens, we'll do the pre-camp 53-man roster. Then we'll do a final roster prediction before the final release and everything. But I see people put Kenny G on the roster bubble because Will Shipley and that other dude, rising through the ranks during minicamp. Jalen Hurts is the second best quarterback in the NFL when in the Super Bowl. You can argue the best. We know that. Oh, we already did my quarterback ranking list. Do I still have that picture saved? I don't know. If I do, there it is. Jalen Hurts is number 4 in the NFL at this point. Let's remind you, the ultimate 2024 NFL quarterback ranking, not just another one from a random Joe Schmo. The ultimate one. He's number 4. Double pineapple pizza haunts me. Yeah. I still don't understand. Baraya is God's nectar in Mexican meat format. So it's a Mexican meat. I'm writing that word down for a Google thing for later. Birria. If it's a Mexican pizza, I'm in Canada. I got to get that. Jalen Carter is hot honey, both sweet and spicy, little good and bad, but can take everything to the next level. I love that comment. I love that comment right there. Love it. Love it. Basically a taco pizza with shredded beef. Well, I already do a great taco pizza, but maybe I got to try to get some shredded beef in. Maybe I got to try to make some shredded beef and do it that way. I have to look this up. Got something to do at work today. I love getting creative in the kitchen. I love cooking in the kitchen. Meatballs too. Yeah, look, meatballs are an underrated pizza topping. You get a good meatball, you cut it up, you put it on the pizza. I like to add onions and peppers to it. Little red pepper seed on it. Banging. I'm on a 5-day water fast, and this show is going to make me give in. This show is making me so hungry. We always talk food. We talk sports. This is called Trending in the AM. We talk trending Philadelphia sports and national sports topics, which I got some national topics I want to cover. But we also talk 2 other things on this show pretty regularly: food and movies. Occasionally some music. I used to tell the pizza shop I was allergic to blue cheese on my buffalo chicken cheesesteak. If I didn't, they would forget without a doubt. Yeah, comment on that. I got this person that's deathly allergic to cheese, but gets a pizza. And we've told them that we put before cheese, like there's a little Parmesan in our pizza sauce. Just a little bit. But they're deathly allergic to cheese. They don't want cheese on their cheesesteak, but they get our pizza still. Make it make sense. People just don't want certain things. They just say, I'm allergic to it. Yeah, right. And then when they say, I'm really allergic to it, then you really know that they're faking it. You guys you don't do my show prep for me because you guys normally throw me off mid-show with comments. You do my Twitter prep for me. Okay? And yes, it will always be Twitter to me. Groundbreaking hard-nosed reporting. This just in, Big Dom identifies as stuffed crust. Yeah. I would call Big Dom more the Sicilian pizza of pizzas, just so you know. I don't know if he's from Sicily. I don't know what part of Italy he hails from, but that just to me, he looks like a Sicilian pizza guy. If everyone buys in a plays good collectively, we can have a top 12 defense. If Carter Davis decide to play their potential for 17 games, that's the key. Can we keep Davis and Carter fully engaged and fully in shape for, well, more than 17 games because we need them to be that for the playoffs as well. I am uberly high on the Eagles defense right now. Instead of talking about negative Jalen Hurts versus Nick Sirianni, let's talk about how great the potential of this Eagles defense is, not just for 2024, Eric, but with the youth on this defense can be stacked for years. I mean, you think about it. Brandon Graham's retiring. He's going to have a minor role in this defense. Josh Sweat's in his mid to late 20s. Darius Slay's getting up there. But outside of that, you got three young, potentially stud cornerbacks in Rodgers, Mitchell, and DeJean. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, still pretty young. Reed Blankenship, still pretty young. You got Bryce Huff, young. Nolan Smith. You got Trotter Jr., Nakobe Dean. Devin White's only 26. Milton Williams. This defense is stacked with youth. There is a chance this defense, under Vic Fangio's watchful eye, becomes one of the best defenses in the league for the next 5 years. That's how good they could be. Now, there's a lot of ifs in there. There's a lot of people that got to work out. But there's a lot of potential. I apologize. I hate being wrong. I do. I hate being misreading things. I don't like to misquote people. A better idea for the London series would be 4 games over there with 3 days off before and after the series. Yeah, I would say you gave them 2 days off before the series. Should have given them 2 days off after. It's Burrow, not Burrows. It's not a speech impediment. It's mispronouncing. And somebody, did I find your Twitter account yesterday? Because someone tweeted at me, why can't I pronounce Nick Castellanos? I always say Castellanos. Someone tweeted at me that. They're obviously watching the show to know how I pronounce Castellanos. And I said, some of it's I just can't pronounce. Some of it's it's a stick. And Burrows was just a spelling error. I missed that spell error. I don't have Hurts that high on my list. I expect growing pains in the new offense. Of course, there's going to be growing pains in a new offense. Without a shadow of a doubt, Tech. Without a shadow of a doubt, there's going to be growing pains. But I think all that matters is the end results. And that's why I'm also not going to heavily overreact to the first few weeks of the season. There are going to be speed bumps. Now, if at the end of the season the speed bumps are still being hit, the potholes haven't been filled, then we'll talk. Excuse me. A very good source tells me Matt Patricia's favorite pizza was a Chicago style. You know, I'm not a huge Chicago deep dish style, but it can be good at times. Whoever came up. The funny thing is, I used to make it as a special, and it was so popular, Reality Check, I put it on the menu, which then meant I had to keep eggs in shop at all times, and nobody ordered it. I was throwing eggs away left and right. Then I took it off the menu, and people started ordering it again. What the hell? Go figure. Kelly Kapowski there are a lot of Kellys that are better than Kelly Green. For sure. And Darius Slay got my hopes up for like 3 minutes yesterday that Kelly Green was being eliminated. Because again, like I said last year, nothing good comes of Kelly Green. And last year, Kelly Green comes back, and we have a disaster end of the season. And the disaster end of the season started after we wore Kelly Green in that Buffalo game. So just saying, it got my hopes up. And then there was a report right away saying that comment by Darius Slay was bogus. Oh, well. Some channel was trashing your TV and movie football draft yesterday. I said, don't besmirch the team, Phil. On EOP or on another channel? Because I want to know. Eric, you send me the link. If it was not an EOP show, send me the link. Because you got my contact. You send me that link. I want to know who was trashing me. Because honestly, at least I know that they're paying attention to me. May have to stop by Wawa on the way to work now for pizza. Get the fook out of here. Chicken, bacon, banana peppers, pineapples. Do all that without the pineapple, and you got me for sure. You got it. Barbecue sauce is great on pizza. Fred, I did 3 weeks of liquid diet hanging. I don't know how you guys do that. Yeah, I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna look into it. I knew what you meant there. Courtwell for life. That is right. Who's the best Batman and why is it Michael Keaton? I don't know about that, Mitchie Poo. I don't know. That's a debatable topic right there. It's a very debatable topic. Very debatable. They all play them differently. Val Kilmer is probably the most underrated Batman. I'll say that. How have I just learning about this Berea stuff? I live in Mexico north of Kennett Square. There is a bigger Mexican population than the rest of the population in Kennett Square. There's a Mexican food. Like I get requests for Mexican food all the time. That's why I sell so many Hawaiian pizzas. I gotta look this stuff. How am I just? I read every article that I see on trends and stuff like that. This is not making the Pizza Today magazine or the PQ magazine. I get 2 magazines every month. Pizza Today and PQ. Even though PQ stands for Pizza Quarterly, it comes out every month. I don't understand why. But anyway, I'm not seeing this in one of those magazines. Trending. Water fast for the win. Include a 1 to 2 day dry fast too. I don't know how you guys do that stuff. Drink nothing but water and not eat anything. I don't know. Have a cheesesteak for lunch and a pizza for dinner. Here, feel better. You know what, Barbara? That might be what my lunch and dinner is today. Most anything over Kelly Kapowski is a loser argument. All right, so let's eliminate Kelly Kapowski. What other Kellys are better than Kelly Green if you eliminate the greatest Kelly and Kelly Kapowski? Give me other Kellys that are better than Kelly Green Eagles jerseys. Ben Affleck, best fighting from a choreographic. Yeah, I guess so. George Clooney was probably the worst, right there with Adam West. I love the nostalgic of watching Adam West Batman shows, but let's be honest, it sucks. Thoughts on extended Travis? It hasn't happened, right? I was reading something a few days ago that he wanted like $10 million a year. I think that's what I read. Everything that the Flyers do, K1, you have to ask yourself: is Michkov coming over right now? And if he is, you do whatever you can to put the best hockey team on the ice. And if Konecny is part of that answer, then I'm fine with it. And he's going to want a long-term deal as well. I mean, he's the best thing on the Flyers going right now. Him and Michkov, can that be a tandem that you start to build around? You got to go find a goalie still. Bobrovsky might win another Stanley Cup as a goalie in the NHL. Drives me crazy. There's a lot of Brizgalov comments on the poll I'm running right now, power ranking the worst contracts. And a lot of Bobrovsky comments versus the fact that we chose him over Bobrovsky. It just depends on who's the best pieces to put around Michkov for the next 10 years. If you think Konecny is that guy, then I'm okay with it. Now, is he worth $10 million a year? I don't know. It's hard. I haven't really paid close enough attention to salaries in hockey to determine whether that's good or not at this point, or fair market value at this point. Look to the sky. There's a bird. There's a plane. There's TMZ up in the sky. So if I say I'm not that allergic to pineapple, would you then take me serious? Just say I don't like it. A good pizza shop won't mess up. And if they do mess up because mistakes happen, they'll fix it for you. Free of charge. Does Dom get, yeah. Big Dom's got a new job title, so he can now be on the sideline with the Eagles. That's a more interesting topic to discuss than Jalen Hurts beefing with Nick Sirianni. Let's list all the things that are more interesting to talk about Eagles related than the narrative that the other morning shows are talking about right now. People are listening to that instead of this high quality entertainment. You know what's more entertaining? more entertaining is what you could find at sherrytickets.com. Great moments don't just happen, they happen with you in the crowd. Sherrytickets.com is easy to use and has no hidden fees. The price you see is the price you pay. Pay less, play more, sherrytickets.com. Exclusive promo code EOP10. Get you an additional 10%, so no hidden fees and save 10%. Why would you use any other reseller? If you need a more personal touch, call them 610-494-5050. They also have great theater tickets, concert tickets. I don't know what the biggest concert is next. Kenny Chesney was this past weekend. Sherrytickets.com, promo code EOP10, or give them a call, 610-494-5050. Back to the comments, which I'm still very far behind on. Best Batman, Adam West. No. It's cheeky. It's fun. It's nostalgic. But it's a terrible Batman. The Joker was the best part of the Batman. That Batman show. What is Phil waxing poetic about? I'm always poetic, aren't I? So poetic with my words. He is the Flyers. But is that $10 million ask? Again, I haven't paid close enough attention to the contract trends of the last 2-3 years. Is that ask fair or over market price for him? Freddie knows. Kevin Conn, I actually have to agree with you on that for sure. I really do got to agree with you on that, Thieves, for sure. I mainly want to hear Phil try to pronounce Connect. Yeah, look, I don't know if I'm saying it right or not. I don't care. Again, it's not a speech impediment. I know I'm not saying his name right. And I'm just going to say it differently every single time to annoy you and the person that was tweeting me about my Nick Castellanos pronunciation. I know it's Castellanos. I'm not going to lie. Twilight Batman hits differently. Yeah, I've never seen a single Twilight movie. Marshawn, never. But I did watch The Batman. And all I kept thinking about, I don't know, was he a werewolf or a vampire in that, one or the other? I don't know. But I just kept thinking of him as a chick flick. And I went back and watched it a second time, The Batman, and I liked it much better the second time, not thinking about him as a chick flick kind of actor, a teen heartthrob. It's a very good, very dark. I like the dark cinematography of the movie. I don't know. Christian Bale, The Dark Knight's the best Batman movie of all time. I just don't know how you. It's like when people ask me who's the best Bond. It's like, do you pick the Bond that played the best Bond movie, or do you pick the Bond that had the most movies that were great? Batman, who do you pick? You know, Dark Knight's the best Batman movie. Do you pick him? I don't know. Don't know. Sorry. Yeah. I mean, you're showing your knowledge right there, Tech. You're killing me. Yeah, exactly. So we're not we call him Quentin. Okay. We'll just call him Quint. My dark horse picks might be on the chopping block. Who? What? Confusing. Freddie, do you know Saul Roseburg jerky? I don't even know what that means. Sherry Baby. It's a great Bruce Springsteen song. Sherry Baby. I have no Twitter account. Oh, so you're not the one at me about my Castellanos pronunciation? Kellen Moore, not a good situation. What? Jalen apparently is being a baby, and one Jeffrey Lurie is not impressed. Jalen is not being a baby. Jalen is just being Jalen. Jalen went to the school of Andy Reid press conferences. Jalen doesn't say anything in a press conference except pre-structured comments. And the media is creating something out of nothing. Jalen Hurts, Nick Sirianni, Jeffrey Lurie, come on. Let's create a problem where there is no problem. People wonder why some people don't want to come to Philly. It's not the fans. It's the media. They were late for an ad read. Yeah. Pizzeria Uno is good for a change of pace. Is that still around? I haven't seen one of those in a while. I think Hurts will do well. Where Dak folded in tough situations is Moore's offense. I just want him to, yeah. That's an interesting one. I love Dak. Did you guys see the quote? I don't know. I saw it yesterday. It might have been from this weekend. Dak talking to the media and saying, I like to gamble on myself. Whoa, 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 whoa. Not that I'm gambling or anything like that. Like, I love that little sarcasm from Dak about the gambling situation. Kelly Kapowski is still she is. She is. Barkley needs to be Jalen's legs. Yeah. Barkley over 1,000 yards rushing for sure. How far over 1,000 yards rushing? We'll see. No. No. It was so you saw it on the EOP. So an EOP show was bashing me. Screw them. They're just jealous of how great I am. Yes, I met Sal Rosenberg one time at a ball game. He kept complaining about how he couldn't see. So I hit him with a boiled hot dog and he fell down the stairs. No. No, you guys are wrong. It's coming down to the wire, this stuff. First off, Deebs has got a child on his team, breaking every law for child labor law there is out there. Secondly, he's got Rudy, who is like, it's like when they put like a child out there to live out his dream on a football field and they help escort him into an end zone. It's the only way Rudy is doing anything is if my team lets him do anything. Team Deebs is terrible. Literally got a child on the team. I have an actual Eagles legend in Vince Papale on my team. I got a guy that saved the universe in Flash Gordon. So just let that sink in. Ryan. Snitching on Ryan. Oh, I'm going to have a little words with little Ryan Reese. Ryan Reese being told is a problem. I gotcha. I guess I'm going to be in comments of someone else's show tonight. Bale, best Batman? Probably. Drafted a Little Giant, that shit over and done with. Yeah. Have you ever tried Native American food? I can say that I have. Maybe I have, but I don't know. Yeah. Pizza Today, there's a must-read. Hey, I get it every month. And a PQ, Pizza Quarterly. Which, again, why do they have a Pizza Quarterly magazine come out every month? I don't know, but I get it every month. You learn a lot of good stuff in trend. It's a lifetime, cheesy saying, but it's the truth. I'm a lifetime learner. I read magazines and books and articles on trend. I got to make money. I got to keep my pizza shop relevant. And if a Berea pizza is what's relevant, I'm going to give it a shot. Al Bundy would probably get ejected in the first quarter for punching the referee. Just so you know. Bale is I broke my pen. This pen is sucking. Falling apart every day. Bale is the worst Batman fan. Can't fight, and he was the worst detective. Always asking, where is he? It's an interesting comment. It's interesting. I think Bale might have been the best Batman because his villains were so perfectly portrayed, specifically the Joker. He benefited from the cast around him, I think. Little Giants is a classic football movie where Cowboys' hearts were broken. Yeah, stop. You're just reaching here. You're reaching for votes. Val Kilmer, second, third is Keaton. But I think it's comparing Batmans because there's so many of them. It's like comparing James Bonds. You can't pick, they all played the role differently. They all brought a different element to the table. I'm just saying, it's a tough one to. You can pick your favorites, but best is tough. Jim Kelly is greater than Kelly Greens. There you go. If you take Michael's scuba gear, bat suit away, he's nobody. I like Ben Affleck. I think Ben Affleck is underappreciated. Val Kilmer tied for. Oh no, that's a great Batman movie right there. Fantastic Batman movie. I feel like Clooney would have worked as Batman, but when the movie, the Clooney one was just trash for a movie. The special, I don't even know if you'd call them special effects. The costumes, the villains, the writing, the acting. It was just top to bottom a garbage movie. George Clooney's 1 minute cameo at the end of the Flash movie. Not to spoiler alert, George Clooney's in the end of the movie. George Clooney's 1 minute at the end of the Flash movie, if it was maybe even 30 seconds, was 100 times better than everything he did in the Batman movie he starred in. Just so you know. He's worth at least $10 million a year. Okay. Then if he wants $10 million a year, I'm fine giving it to him. I struggle, you really, I know where baseball and basketball and football contracts are right now for different levels of players. I just don't know it in hockey. So if Travis wants it, if TK, see, You can't get me on the pronunciation if I just call him by his nickname, TK. If TK wants $10 million a year, give it to him. Deebs, you can't make that case for your argument of drafting another player who represents a rival NFC team. Yeah. The Russian is coming. I have not been this interested in a Russian since Anna Kournikova. That's right. The Anna Kournikova poker hands. You know, I hope Michkov is better than, has more success than Kournikova. She looked good playing tennis, but she never won shit. It's like the ace queen of poker used to be called Diana Kournikova when that was a relevant nickname. Because it looks good when you look at those two pocket cards, but you never win with them. He is not Michkov is not Mitchy Poo. Okay, he's definitely not Poo. Not at all. Look, we are so far on comments here. Little Giants is the ultimate underdog movie. Rick Moranis was good in it. Yeah, look, Rick Moranis is great. Big Dom and name lead association NFL. Yeah. He could be on the sideline. I am so far behind on comments, guys. I got to read another ad read real quick, guys, and then I'm going to fire through comments. And so I got other things I want to bring up into the comment section. But PhillySportsTrips.com. Let me take this comment off the screen so you can see everything right here, guys. PhillySportsTrips.com. Make sure you check them out. Go to their website if you want to travel with your favorite team. Then travel with the best. PhillySportsTrips.com. They are the pros. Premium travel and tailgating experience for the best fans ever, Philly sports fans. Full travel packages, tailgates, bus trips, flights, Phillies, Eagles, Flyers, Sixers, you name it, they got it. Day trips, week-long trips, whatever. They got this great trip to Brazil. If you want to consider it great, August 30th to September 8th. Trip out to Wrigley Field to see the Cubbies take on the Phillies. Special tailgate, August 14th. Italian Heritage Celebration at Citizen Bank Park. This actually sounds like a really fun one to do. Spring training. They're taking deposits for their trips to spring training to see the Phillies next year. Trip out to Pittsburgh. You got a Permani Brothers sandwich and then go to the ballpark. They even got a Philadelphia Union Ultimate Miami trip. Welcome to Miami. Check them out, PhillySportsTrips.com, guys. Greatly appreciate that. Let's fire through. Rapid fire here on comments here. TK is the how am I all the way back there? How did I get all the way backed up on the comments there? There we are. That's where we are. Knowing Philadelphia sports luck, Russia will declare war. Yeah. Oh my God. Stop. Yeah, Brazil. Did Phil say connect 4? Did I? I don't think so. It's okay. Yes, absolutely. Roger Moore is actually an underappreciated Bond. A lot of Roger Moore's movies, Live and Let Die, to name the best one, he was great. He played it differently. You were never going to. I know he didn't technically foul Sean Connery. You know, George Lazenby had that one movie run as Bond, but he basically fouled Connery, then went head to head with Connery when Connery decided to go to a different production company and return as an older Bond. Look, Roger Moore played James Bond differently, but he played him great. There's a little cheekier, a little campier, a little bit more, I don't know, less fighting. I don't know. Roger Moore was a very good Bond. I like them all. Even Timothy Dalton had his moments with Bond. Who's best fake Native American of all time? Kevin Costner, Daniel Lewis, or Mo of the Three Stooges? I have no idea. The only Bond to do more than 2 is Daniel Craig. What? What? But they all did. George Lazenby is the only one that did 1. Everybody else did 2 or more. Timothy Dalton did 2. Connery did 5, I think. 6 if you count the extra one. Daniel Craig did 5. I think Roger Moore did 6 Bond movies. Who is the best? Who is the best? Yeah, it's not Deebs. You're all anti me. I got a smidge lead on him right now. Lady Gaga's seen bringing the music in. I don't even know why we're talking Lady Gaga. Deebs drafted a child. Coach Boone would torment that kid. That movie gonna bomb so hard. Yeah. People do realize there's more than Hurts on this team, right? Just check. Yeah, absolutely. No Jonte Parker. Yeah, idiot. Team Deebs in the chat. Stop. Y'all guys I'm your favorite host. You just didn't know it. My team's the best. You just didn't know it. Best Harley, worst Batman. Worst Eagles player of all time draft is tonight. Danny Watkins is the favorite. I want to know where Jalen Reagor is going to come in this draft. But what I am going to say is that I'm going to be in the comments of the show calling out Deebs and Ryan Reese for bashing me behind my back. Just so you know. I'm thankful I got the core 12 that has my back. Herman Boone and Shane Falco would keep Al Bundy in check, not worried at all. Stop. Bale was the Nick Sirianni of Bateman. Batman. I thought I said Bateman. I wanted to make fun of you, but make fun of myself. There's a couple really great cat women. We're only talking Batman as a standalone character, not the cast or the movie itself. Just Batman. It's an interesting way to phrase it. Mask of the I don't even. Yeah. No other Batman movie actually deep dives into Bruce Wayne versus Batman. It's perfect. Batman Begins is greater than Batman Forever. Adam West was the greatest Batman. No, he was not. You can't compare a TV show to the movie. It's completely different. It is. It is tough, for sure. Phil's so far behind, he won't even see us riffing on his ad. Yeah, I'm so far behind right now, guys. I'm trying. There's just too many great comments. Say Rick Moranis is the Marlon Brando of movie nerds. I don't know about that. I think I Shrunk the Kids. It's a great movie. I gotta go watch that. The Riddler of the Batman versus Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey was the Riddler. You want him to fight himself? Was that over the top? I can never tell. I don't know. I don't know where I'm at with these comments, guys. OTAs and minicamps are in the rear view, and Jeremiah Trotter was hardly a mention. Is that a good thing? See, here's a great Eagles question. Great Eagles question. Jose, I think the linebacker situation is intriguing because Zach Bond, a.k.a. Lloyd Braun, had such a good run in OTAs and camp. It's kind of pushed everybody back. Nakobe Dean, I think, is going into training camp in about a month. Nakobe Dean isn't a starter on this Eagles. He's got to earn that. Trotter Jr., I didn't expect much from Trotter Jr. Trotter Jr. is where Nakobe Dean was coming in his rookie year. An undersized linebacker that has a lot of work to do to become a starting linebacker in this league. I never thought Jeremiah Trotter was going to be a starter, Jose. So here's a great we could be having this conversation instead of Jalen Hurts. Nakobe Dean. You put him on the bust list. He's already lost his starting job to Zach Bond. Moonraker's good. All Bond movies are good in their own way. Some of them are cheesier than others. Moonraker's considered one of the worst. I don't think it's awful. It's not great. But Roger Moore's great. Yeah. Nick Bond. Isn't it Zach Bond? Nick Bond? It's Lloyd Braun. That's all. I'm watching Jack Ryan. It just finished season 1 of Jack Ryan. And the doctor that was captive was played by the same actor that played Lloyd Braun. I'm sitting there watching the first episode he appeared in captivity. And I'm like, is that Lloyd Braun? Serenity now. AJ McCarron had a terrible game in playoffs. Who cares? Phil is a great host. Suspect football jam. There's a lot of things I'm not very good at, just so you know. I just pretend really well. I'm not even a great host, Tech. Or Quint. I'm sorry, we're calling you Quint now. I'm just telling you. I fake it a lot in life. You fake it till you make it. No, I can't do it. I don't know. Maybe I don't think I got time tonight for that. I'll have to think about it. I'll have to see if I can. What's going on tonight? Adrian Martinez, what? Either I'm behind on comments. I don't know. Pierce Bronson was my favorite when Halle Berry comes out of that ocean. Yeah, that was great, but that was probably the worst Bond movie he did. I forget what that one was called. I mean, Goldeneye is the third best Bond movie of all time. Maybe the second best Bond movie of all time. Goldeneye was fantastic and rejuvenated the franchise because Timothy Dalton. I like Timothy Dalton's movies. I like the drugs with the Cubans or whatever they were in that movie. A different angle for a Bond movie, and then the typical Russians trying to take over the world or whatever. But they weren't well received. Globally. Pierce Bronson coming out and rejuvenating the franchise to what it is now with Goldeneye was great. Phil, share your opinions on things. I'm always sharing my opinions. Thumbs up. Please, guys, make sure you're hitting that like button, that share button, subscribe button. Greatly appreciate it. Needs a separate show on movies. I would love to do movie shows. Maybe I'll just start randomly doing movie shows with all the free time I got. Daniel Craig is the best Bond. Bond movies were boring and played out until Craig's Casino Royale. I say, everyone says Skyfall is the greatest Bond movie of all time. I disagree, Deebs. Casino Royale is the best Bond movie ever. It's the best, what do they call them? Movies when they show the backgrounds, like, how Spider-Man became Spider-Man, how Batman became Batman. Casino Royale is the perfect Bond movie, in my opinion. Absolutely love it. It's got everything in it. Why can't you be more like Lloyd Braun? Serenity now! The first 10 minutes of Casino Royale, yeah, absolutely. The poker scene, him nearly dying and shocking himself back to life, then going in and winning the poker tournament. The torture scene with the thing in the seat, the little bally thing on the chain that gets swung. Like, it's got everything. It's got love. It's got heartbreak. It's got fight scenes. It's got action. It's got drama. Casino Royale is the best Bond movie of all time. Which Bond is Jalen Hurts? Jalen Hurts might be the Daniel Craig. And a third show on pizza toppings. I'm just going to do, guys, find a way. Where's Eric really giving me? If I got real $500 super chats every day, I'd be able to quit the pizza shop and do 10 hours of shows a day. Oh, I love DC, bro. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely agree. I did hear good things about Trotter Jr. Braun and White seem like the top. They look like the starters for sure. Johnny English. Dude, Johnny English is hilarious. I love Johnny English. You never could compete with Lloyd Braun. Serenity now. Well, I need a little bell. Ding. Sold another one on the computers. When all else fails, go with David Archer. Yeah, no, not yet. I got to catch up on comments before I do that. What draft, Deebs? Yeah. They're drafting worst Eagles of all time. Jason Bourne is greater than Bond. Stop. Jason Bourne, in theory, was great. The first Bourne movie was fantastic. Second and third were okay. The Jeremy Renner one was terrible. Jason Bourne, the fourth one, was not necessary. But Jason Bourne 4 with Matt Damon was the second best. The first one and the fourth one with Damon are the best. The rest were all crap, in my opinion. Movie shoe. You want me to do a show on movie shoes? What? Ethan Hunt is greater than the fact that Mission Impossibles with Tom Cruise are still being cranked out, and there's still, I haven't seen every single one anymore because there's literally like 27, Mission Impossibles with Tom Cruise now. But the fact that they're still relevant, entertaining, and fun movies, it's crazy. Origin story. Why couldn't I think of the word origin story? Casino Royale is the perfect origin story for James Bond. For anything. It might be the greatest. Casino Royale might be the greatest origin story in movie history. Facts, Quinn. Ethan Hunt over everything. I don't know if Ethan Hunt over everything, but those movies are damn entertaining still. Damn entertaining. Mr. Crockpot is Deebs. Yes. Thank you. Okay, yeah. Can get Tom Hardy to play the next? I don't know about that. I'm still torn on who. There's been lots of rumors. Nothing's been locked down and nailed down and contracts signed or anything. I always thought Tom Hiddleston, Loki from the Marvel world, would be the perfect James Bond. He could play like a mix of the Roger Moore, Daniel Craig. He could play a mix of all of them in his own way. That was always my pick. Deebs, the 12 voted. Most likely you get the... Oh, stop. I got fans out there. Tom Hardy would be an amazing choice for Bond, but I'd like to see a younger actor. Yeah, I'd like to see a younger one as well. I get that one for sure. Roasted garlic on pizza is the best. I love garlic in general. I love a good white garlic pizza with tomatoes and chicken and banana peppers and a little ricotta cheese. And guys, it's ricotta cheese. And we talked about things like when people say they're allergic to stuff. Jalen Hurts is Inspector Gadget. I used to love Inspector Gadget as a kid. And I found years ago some channel like 2 a.m. playing old Inspector Gadgets. I would stay up to watch them, just so you know. Yeah. Roasted garlic on pizza. Oh, ricotta. That's what I was saying. I hate it. Absolutely hate it when people call into the pizza shop and they're like, give me a pizza with X, Y, Z, and ricotta. Nobody says ricotta. That's not even how Italians say ricotta. You're trying to sound sophisticated, and all you sound is stupid when you say, give me the ricotta on my pizza. No, it's ricotta. Ricotta. It's not spelled ricotta. There's not 3 letters in the word. I hate when people do that. I need them for real. If you want 10 hours of me a day, do a lunch show while making pizza. I've thought about doing shows. Problem is, I don't staff a lot of people, so I'm actually working at lunch, making pizzas. I actually have a big catering order to get in for today. Jalen Hurts is Anakin Skywalker during the Attack of the Clones. He is the chosen. Is he the chosen one? I'm not so sure. I like that. Bourne is way better than Bond. No. Bond above all else. You're talking to my next tattoo is going to be in honor of James Bond. So I'm a huge James Bond fan. Jason Bourne as a character fighter would mop the floor. Probably. As a spy, Bond might be better. Maybe. Mission Impossible, Fallout, or Casino Royale. Casino Royale is the greatest Bond movie. Casino Royale is probably my top 20 movies of all time. I love Casino. I think I could watch Casino Royale 1,000 more times and never get bored of it. Jack Bauer, great. Absolutely. Jack is back, baby. Love it. Mission Impossible 1 and 3 are the best ones to me. Mission Impossible 1 for sure is the best. Even though it was so obvious who was turning on who at the end of the movie, it was so obvious. But you still sat on your edge of the seat till the end to see that you were right all along. I never saw that, but I'll put it on the list. Question, both are elite tier for sure. I'd go Fallout. I don't know. Casino Royale, man. Casino Royale. Jack Bauer couldn't even control his family. Yeah, his daughter was one big idiot for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen it before, so I'd go Fallout 2. I saw it 3 times opening weekend. Wow. Well, I never. James Bond is the only thing I go to a movie theater for anymore. James Bond, I actually go to on opening weekend. Outside of that, I just don't go to movie theaters. Bladder control was on par. Absolutely agree with that. I love that. Mission Impossible origin story. Sorry, Tom Hanks, the Phil Stiefel cut. Yeah, is that right? Sorry, my bad. Dead Reckoning Part 1 was incredible. I might be watching that today. Must be nice to have the day off. Yeah. Jack Bauer versus Ethan Hunt. Now, there's an interesting one. How many nuclear attacks can one person stop? Ricotta cheese definitely rocks on a pizza, but it's ricotta. It's not ragut or raguta. No, it's ricotta. Have you seen Alan Richardson's Jack Reacher? I just finished both seasons of it. Yeah, absolutely. Jack Reacher was a very good. I like Jack Reacher season 1 better than season 2, just so you know. Phil getting pedantic over pronunciation. Yeah. Of all people to get upset over pronunciation, it's this guy, right? Yeah, put some ragut on that pizza. That's not how you spell it, people, so stop pronouncing it like that. Do they say regatta? They say ragut. Ragut. They say it more like Judd says here. Ragut. That's not how you say it. You just sound stupid. Bourne is great. Yes. How do you pronounce prosciutto? It's prosciutto. Not prosciutto. It's prosciutto. There's an O on the end. It's not silent. If Hurts is Anakin, then the blitz would be. You know who else needs bladder control? Dude, it's 105. 1 hour and 5 minutes in the show already, and I still got to read it. Could you change the Bond series one time and have a black? I know people have talked about Idris Elba, and I'm not against it because he's not what the novels describe Bond a certain way. I don't know if Idris Elba would be great in a Bond role. He'd be great in the rough, tough role But I think after Daniel Craig's rough, tough role, we need a little bit more, a little bit more like, you know, I don't know, charm. We need a little bit more finesse with the role, and I just don't know if Idris Elba is that guy. That's also why I don't think Tom Hardy's the guy, in my opinion. You make a great Manicotti. I love Manicotti. Austin Powers is great. I love Austin Powers. Man, I still make Austin Powers references. Real men work 7 days a week. I pretty much do already. Forgot about Austin Powers. We need a spy. We do need Steve. Spy draft. Can we do that on the show? I don't know if there's enough spies for it to be a 4-person draft. It just might have to be a 2 or 3-person draft. I think we need a spy draft for sure. It's a Sicilian thing. I'm not Sicilian. I'm Calabrese. Austin Powers is super underrated. Absolutely. I keep hearing rumors they're going to bring it back. Absolutely. That's twice I try to queue up. Yeah, I know you're trying. I'm trying to. I said no more ad reads till I caught up, and I'm almost caught up. Let's set it up. I want to do a spy draft, or at least a spy power. I got so many power rankings to work on. Spy power rankings. I don't know if I can read this with my pencil. It's not as dark as my pen that I just broke again. Who could play the new Austin Powers, though? Any thoughts? Mike Myers. There's no reason to replace Mike Myers as Austin Powers right now. Definitely a spy. We're doing a Steve and I are doing, even if we have to schedule it for a special show, special time, we are doing a spy draft. There is zero doubt in my mind. Spy movie TV show draft. I think that spy movie TV show draft. Yeah, absolutely. And, I would take James Bond 1 overall. Jason Sudeikis, the new I don't think you got to replace him. Guys, it's time. I'm caught up on comments. So call your favorite lawyer. David R. Cherry, the Cherry Law Firm. If you get hurt at work in a motor vehicle accident, personal injury, or affected by criminal law, call David R. Cherry, the Cherry Law Firm. He's here to fight for you and get you what you deserve. He's a dedicated, well-established personal injury lawyer built on the promise of aiding the seriously injured throughout the state of PA. Give him a call, 610-565-0300, or go to cherryinjurylaw.com. Let him know EOP is where you heard about him. Let David R. Cherry fight for your rights. Again, that number is 610-565-0300, or go to cherryinjurylaw.com. Again, also, make sure you check out our friends at Dolan's Bar in Ridley Park. For over 65 years, they've been the quintessential Irish-American dive bar in the Delco area. Check them out, dolansbar.com, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, dolansbar.com, 24 East Sellers Avenue in Ridley Park, right off of I-95, south of Philly Airport. Guys, check them out. Great food, great music, great times, great everything. Tell PJ you heard about him right here on Trading the AM and Edge of Philly. We're going to talk about getting a live morning show on location from Dolan's Bar at some point, maybe later this summer. Guys, dolansbar.com. Now I'm not caught up on the comments anymore because I just rattled through 2 of them at once. Is he? I don't care. It's not like it's not like hard work. I mean, the dancing that he does is a lot of effort. Is Mike Myers really that old? I got to Google search this. I got to Google search this really fast. Mike. Oops, that's a K, not a Y. Mike Myers. He's Canadian? I had no clue. He was born in 1963. So that puts him at, no, not quite that old. 1963. That puts him at 60? 61? I think if my math's right, he is 61 right now. In the spy draft, are all that you can. That'll be after something that just like Vince Papale was legal in the football draft. We'll have to discuss if we could draft each different incarnation of James Bond, each actor who played, or is just James Bond the all-encompassing. Peter Sellers, James Bond. Yeah, it's actually pretty good. I watched it. It's cheesy, it's cheeky, but whatever. Tom Brady would finally be number 1 in a draft. Get Smart, the TV show or the movie? Because I actually thought the Steve Carell movie was actually pretty entertaining. The TV show was good. My dad used to make me watch it on reruns all the time. Melissa McCarthy, Spy. Yeah, I mean, you could do that. You could do what was the movie with The Rock and Kevin Hart? There was a spy movie. There's a lot of spy movies out there. Maybe we could do a 3 or 4 person vote on this. Okay, well, is Mike can be Austin Powers? I want Danny D back as Penguin. Yeah. Pretty sure Mike Myers is bringing back Shrek. Not sure about. I had heard rumors that Austin Powers was in pre-production again, but that's like 4 different times I heard that over the last 5 years. Damn, okay, he feels older than that. My bad. I had to Google it. I had no clue. Um, you should do a live Cherry show from the Workers' Comp Commission. Yeah, I should do a live show from CherryTickets.com's headquarters, PhillySportsTrips.com headquarters. Live. We're taking Trinity AM on the road for a week and going to all the sponsors' locations to do a show. I actually think it's a pretty good idea. Phil needs to make a David R. Cherry drink at the pizza shop. Nah. Do a cherry dessert pizza and call it David R. Cherry dessert pizza. How about that? How about that, guys? We're literally 70 minutes into this show. Just caught up on ad reads. Just cut over 250 comments already on today's show. Guys, make sure you're hitting that like and subscribe button. It's free to do, guys. I greatly appreciate wherever you're watching, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, retweet it on Twitter. Get those comments in. Couple other things I'm just going to throw out there for the final 15 minutes, 20 minutes of the show. How great Hassan Reddick is, or how great Howie Roseman is for getting off Hassan Reddick, who is now a no-show. You just traded for him, and he's a no-show. Just so you know, throwing that into the conversation today. Did anybody see Buster Olney's Twitter account get hacked? And some of the things. What's the funniest part of it being hacked is that before, when it was hacked, they made a tweet about the Phillies making a big trade for an outfielder, and WWWIP ran with it all over their shows and social media, and then had to delete and backtrack all that stuff. But screenshots exist. The Buster Olney Twitter hack yesterday was one of the most entertaining things I've seen in ages. You gotta love it. Okay, so I'm throwing that if you guys want to talk. The Hurley dude, the coach of the UConn Huskies, has turned down the Lakers coaching job. And I ask, why? Is it because he wants to go? He says he wants to go for a three-peat. Could be it. 2, does he not want to coach LeBron? Or 3, does he know LeBron's leaving LA for Philly and he doesn't want to close to the Lakers without LeBron? A, B, or C? I don't remember which order I just said them in. So I'm just going to throw that out there. I Spy, based off of the TV show starring Bill Cosby and I forget who the other. This is a fantastically underrated spy / comedy / action movie. Fantastic movie. This I Spy. I think it was called I Spy. Fantastic movie, Eric. I haven't seen it in a few years. Fantastic. And the TV show. Now, looking back, Bill Cosby's a scumbag, whatever, of a person, but it was based off of it. Their roles were reversed. The TV show, they were tennis players as spies and whatever, but fantastic movie. Funny and great. We'll have a great hey, Really Check. Thanks for checking in, my man. Good to see you today. Loved I Spy. Great movie. Severely underrated. That would be the sleeper of I Spy would be the sleeper of this spy draft right there, for sure. Does Brian Colangelo count as spy? Yeah. Burnergate was real. Who would want the Lakers job? He'll be fired in 2 years. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I didn't understand why he was being considered as like, do you really want a guy that's only coached college to coach LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and that train wreck? Like, you need an experienced guy coaching. Man, I don't know. I think it's an unattractive job, the Lakers coaching job. True Lies, great spy movie for sure. I Spy's awesome TV show. Movie was okay. I found the movie it's not like an elite movie that's, edge of your seat, but it's a fun movie. It makes you laugh, has fun action scenes. Eddie Murphy is great in the role of the boxer turned spy. I love it. I thought it was entertaining. The TV show, I'd heard of the TV show. I'd never watched the TV show. I went back and watched some of the TV show after the movie came out. And the TV show was very good. I forget who it was Bill Cosby, and I forget who the other person was, Doc. I forget who was the actor on the other show, on his counterpart. Michael Clayton, George Clooney kills it. I'm embarrassed to say I've never actually seen Michael Clayton. I know I've heard a lot of really good things about it, but yeah. Don't besmirch the name Bill Cosby. Philly diplomatic. He's got diplomatic. I think Bill Cosby's diplomatic immunity has been revoked. Okay? And I'm not saying that sarcastically. I think it's been revoked. Spy Game is a really good spy flick. There are so many great spy movies out there. I love a good spy movie. I really do. I don't know how I've never seen Michael Clayton. I know what it is. I've heard of it. I don't know how I've never seen it. I love spy movies. It's right up my genre. Interesting. I don't know. I don't know how I missed that one. I don't. Another thing I wanted to throw into the conversation. One of the competitors, one of the other channels, the WWWIP and the fanny packs, who I'm crushing for still talking negative narratives instead of all this great fun stuff. You could do a 4-hour morning show on your radio dial as fun as this show. It'd be even easier. They got it easier for 4 hours, and I do 90 minutes. They have commercial breaks. They have callers. They got everything. Me, I'm just here with you guys. I got to sit here and have bladder control. But anyway, the other one of them, they're bringing back their Fan Fest again. That was their big announcement yesterday, whatever. Can anybody tell me what the excitement and interest is in this Fan Fest event? I went to the first Fan Fest that they did and thought it was the most boring thing in the world. Walk around, take pictures from a distance of semi-famous media members, stand 5 miles away from football players because it's impossible to get close to them. Like, what's the point of Fan Fest? Like, I see no interest. I think it would be more entertaining to set up and do a live show out in front of Fan Fest and distract the people from going into Fan Fest. Actually, I'm going to stand outside, just like Eagles fans stand outside with trash cans for James Bradbury, or other people stand outside saying, "We support you, James Bradbury." I'm going to stand out in front of Fan Fest with a sign saying, "Support local content creators." That's what we should do. We should do a content creator Fan Fest in the parking lot across from Fan Fest and get everybody. We can get multiple brands on board this. Forget about the dial. I've never understood the love of Fan Fest and why people line up to go in there and maybe rub shoulders with a halfway famous media radio guy. But what about it? Oh, I love Inspector Gadget. Yeah, I even know that theme song. Gotta see I know I do. I know. It's one of those movies that I never see it on TV. It doesn't pop up in my mind to remember to go look it up. It's about a degenerate gambler, right? Yeah, I am a degenerate gambler. That is for sure. Phil has the strongest bladder. I got to, man. I'm not like that guy I used to work for that used to have to take potty breaks in the middle of his show. Not naming names, Liam. Because he couldn't hold it. I do not have a bucket under the desk, but it's a good idea. If I ever had to go to 2 or 3 hour shows like you guys want, either I would need a 3-minute commercial to play, or I would have to get up in the middle of the show. For sure. A content creator conference would be great. It could be a lonely world. Absolutely. NBA Now. How do we set up a content creator conference or tailgate or whatever? We can bring in, it doesn't just have to be an Edge of Philly sports thing. We can bring in, I know lots of content creators that would love. We get all together. We have the fans come out to meet us. We get subscribers to subscribe to you. You get subscribers to find us. I think it's a win-win. I think a content creator conference or tailgate, and I actually know somebody I can reach out to on this. I got to write this down. Big note for this one. I got to write this down on a separate page. Content creator. And I'm writing down a specific person's name to help with this, okay? I am. I think it would be great. Phil has a... No, I don't. Get me drinking beers when I need it, though. For sure. Just so you know. Yeah, once I break the seal, I'm done. Deebs, how do we do this, Deebs? How do we put this off? We got to put this together somehow. NBA is pretty bad right now. Terribly uncompetitive playoffs. Yeah, it is. It is. Like after the last two games, Barbara, I don't even want to watch the rest of the NBA Finals, honestly. We can up. It's Uriah under the account. I didn't know who under the account was commenting, but we got to put this together. Uriah, make sure you guys check him out. He was on the show a few weeks ago. Great stuff with what he does on his podcast, Then and Now, NBA. We got to find a way. I love this idea. And this is what's so great about this show and the comments that roll in on this show. Like the ideas that come from this show, the fun we have, almost an hour and a half of showtime, and it's just flown by like that. And that's why you should be subscribed to the Edge of Philly. There's 7-day-a-week program. Got to download this week's schedule. I can't even put the schedule up. But there are 5 other shows today on this channel featuring, yes, there'll be a Worst Eagles draft later tonight at 8 o'clock with Deebs and company. But tonight, 6 p.m., tonight, myself, Jason Sullivan, Fairway to Heaven, previewing the U.S. Open. One of the best bettors out there, Elise, ES Golf Bets on Twitter. She'll be joining the show. Stevie will be making his grand return to the show as we talk how to navigate the U.S. Open field in fantasy golf and gambling golf because it's Scotty Scheffler versus the world. You're going to want to see it. We're going to have a deep conversation on Scotty Scheffler tonight. If you want a good classic spy fic, Notorious with Cary Grant. Well, I know Cary Grant's fantastic. I have never seen it, though. I do love old flicks like this. My dad taught me to watch the classics all the time. So we watched a lot of black and whites growing up in my house. Content Creator Conference at Dolan's, yes! And we can invite David Archeri. I mean, it's win-win, right? And this, there will be art. There probably already are, Mista, and I've heard rumors that there already are. And I've heard rumors that certain websites that people frequent use AI to write their articles. Didn't some big website get caught for having fake people created by AI write fake articles? I think somebody missed that. There was something like that happened recently. Is that? I don't know. Mavs are cooked, and yeah, absolutely, they are soft. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Don't Sports Illustrated. It was Sports Illustrated that got busted with that. I know somebody did. No wonder Sports Illustrated is falling down. Then it was them. What change did you talk about, Phil? Are they on this channel? No. So my chat. You always comment on my personal channel, Barbara, which I greatly appreciate. Edge of Philly Sports. That's the main show. Most of these comments are coming through on the Edge of Philly Sports channel. Okay, you gotta subscribe to the Edge of Philly Sports channel. There's 7-day-a-week programming on this channel. Great content. We cover we cover 7 Philly sports because the 4 majors. We got union shows, we got Philly lacrosse shows, we got wrestling shows, golf shows. There's literally 7 days a week of programming. Edge of Philly Sports. That's where the show mainly is, and all the other content is. David Archeri is a bit of a celebrity. Yeah, I know. You guys have turned David Archeri into a celebrity. Next thing you know, he's going to be on like reality TV shows because of what you guys in the comments turned him into. I will make David Archeri dirty Shirleys with extra cherries. Yeah. Oh my God. Guys, we got to start the wrap up process a couple of minutes early here. I got to be done by 25, 27 minute mark here. Got a big catering order that I got to get into. And since I didn't make $500 super chats from Eric today, can't go extra. Muchas gracias, Barbara. It doesn't matter where you watch here on my channel or Edge of Philly. This is just my backup channel. You never know. I like to have a backup channel that you're watching on. And I always plan on doing more shows that aren't sports related on my personal channel. I have planned on doing a pizza/restaurant business show. It just hasn't had the time to put it together on my channel. I've talked about doing some motivational shows on my channel. I haven't gotten to it. Some watch parties on my channel. I'm just running out of time, honestly. In a given day, in a given week, there's just not enough time for me with the pizza shop. Probably. You guys love it. I gave you this. You gave it to me, but you really didn't give it to me. So, I'd be so down to do a movie show. We got to do movie shows. I would love I'll do a daily, like a weekly show, or even once a month, a movie show, just talking different types of movies and stuff like that. Once a month, even, you know, all movie and TV drafts. Yeah. You're trying to squeeze out an extra one. I'm just trying to actually get it. Oh, man, guys, with that being said, fantastic episode of Trend in the AM. Who knows what tomorrow will bring? Because I don't. Because I knew what we were talking about today, but then who knows? I got some ideas for titles for the show, but the titles are meaningless, realistically speaking, because the titles never dictate where the show goes. That's why you need to like, share, subscribe. Get more and more people into this show. Get them off the dial this. If they're driving to work, they can plug and play and listen. Phil needs to flush his couch. Yeah. There's business to be done. Stop. Yeah. Guys, fantastic show. I've never fallen so far behind on comments as I did today. At one point, we are over. I haven't had a 300 comment show in a while. Now, I'm assuming the views are, for some reason, I feel like the views are down. I was having problems with Facebook on my phone, so I couldn't share the show out on Facebook. So my guess is the viewership is going to be a little down, sharing too much on Facebook lately. That might be why I'm having problems on Facebook right now. But guys, make sure you're doing it for me, liking and sharing and subscribing. 303 comments so far on the show today. Yeah. It's all about you guys. That's what we do here. I'm not forcing a dead narrative down your throat like the dial is. I'm not forcing you to call in or type in comments about Jalen Hurts versus Nick Sirianni, Jalen Hurts versus Jeffrey Lurie. I'm not doing that. I'm throwing ideas out there, and where we go, we go. That's what we do. Guys, with that being said, I am Phil Stiefel, your host at Beard and Knowledge, on all social media platforms. Shoot me a follow if you want. Guys, Barb's now that she can see y'all now. There you go. That's where the main content comes from. And that's also, like I said, 7-day-a-week programming, Barbara, with lots of great hosts, lots of great content. Hurts just won a few rings. Yeah, that's right. Visit the community tab and vote for me. Barbara, under community, there's a vote. Vote for the Beards team, not Deebs' team. I need to win this so I can rub it in Deeb's face and hold it against him for the rest of eternity. Just so you know. Guys, with that being said, I got to wrap it up, guys. Everybody have a great Tuesday. It's beautiful out. Top still off the Jeep. Having a great day. Go Birds. Ring the bell. And, of course, bubbles up.